Different side of the money issue. Major developments tonight in the case of alleged $50 billion swindler Bernie Madoff. There are indications he's getting ready to plead guilty in a deal with prosecutors at a court date on March 12th. Our report tonight from CNBC's Scott Cohn.
Why would the government cut a deal with the biggest accused con man of all time? Because Bernie Madoff may be the only person with all the answers.
Madoff is the guy who has the keys to the castle as far as the government's concerned.
What do you have to say to the public?
The plea agreement, which is still being worked out, is almost certain to require that Madoff tell all. Where's the money? Who else was involved? And what can Madoff, a longtime Wall Street insider, tell prosecutors about other crimes? The deal will also likely include substantial prison time, which, for the 70-year-old Madoff, could mean a life sentence.
Hello, good afternoon.
Which suits Ian Tierman just fine.
Tens of thousands of people have lost their life savings, and they never get any of that back.
He lost nearly $750,000 to Madoff, everything he had. Tierman, whose father committed suicide after the 1929 crash, was forced to go back to work.
These are now the specials we're having this week.
At 90 years old, as a supermarket greeter.
There's no way that he can in any way repay what he's done.
What does Madoff have to gain in making a deal? He might be able to protect his wife, Ruth, and court papers this week suggest he's trying to do just that. Madoff's attorneys claim $62 million in investments and the couple's Manhattan penthouse are Mrs. Madoff's property, unrelated to the alleged Madoff fraud, and that Ruth Madoff should be allowed to keep them.
I probably on television shouldn't say what I feel about that.
There's no indication the government would go along with that, but until those issues are resolved, the deal could still fall apart. One more incentive for Madoff to cut a deal: he could delay his sentencing as long as he's cooperating with prosecutors. That means Bernie Madoff could stay in his luxury penthouse a while longer, even after he's a convicted felon. Scott Cohn, CNBC, New York.